I love to use cardboard to repurpose into something really fun and easy, especially a seasonal project like this bunny wall hanging. I really like this cardboard because it's the double thickness, so it's very sturdy. But you can use the single thickness cardboard and just cut out more layers to get a really nice thick piece. And just hot glue them together, working in sections. The next thing you want to do is cover it in fabric. I'm using this felt and then I'm going to put burlap on top, but you can use whatever fabric you have that would suit your decor. And I wanted to show cutting the felt into strips and covering the sides first. And this is a nice way to hide that it's cardboard and cover that up. And then taking the remainder of the felt and gluing it on the top and then cutting the excess off. And you can see where there's like a little piece of felt that didn't go all the way to the edge. You can just piece it together because this isn't going to show, it's going to be under the burlap and it's more just for that extra padding and cushion look. I really like this color felt. It's a camel color and it looks really nice under the natural color of the burlap. The first thing you want to do is glue the burlap on and try to glue it on straight. And when you're gluing the burlap on, you just put a little on the outside. You don't want to put it all across the bunny like we did with the felt because it might squish up through the fabric. And that's any fabric that you're going to be covering it with. You can just glue around the edge. Once you glue the burlap or your fabric to the front of the bunny, you're going to do the same thing and glue around the side. Now, in the case of using burlap, it does fray a little bit and unravel. So you want to make sure when you're gluing that you get a good amount of glue on the edge to hold the fibers in place. And repeat the same process where you just trim around the excess with your scissors. And if you make sure that the glue goes all the way to the edge, it'll trim off really nice and smoothly, and it'll look very clean around the edge. And do the same thing and put strips of burlap covering the sides and trim away any excess. And this is also a really good way to use up extra scraps of fabric or burlap because you can use little small pieces and you're not really going to see where they meet up together, especially around the sides. But you could even use scraps across the front of it as well. And you want to make a hanger for the back. And you could do this in a lot of different ways. You could use a piece of rope if you wanted to, or maybe a piece of metal wire. But I'm showing you how you can make one out of cardboard. And this cardboard's a cardstock from, it's like a cereal box material that holds canned goods or anything like this. This one's from cat food. And just kind of to shape something like this and glue it down. And then I also take another rectangle piece and glue that on top. And it just reinforces the hanger to help hold it in place. The cardboard wall hanging is very lightweight, so it's not going to fall off the wall anyway, but it does help to add that little reinforced piece. And this is the fun part after you've covered the bunny with the fabric that you get to decorate it. And I'm using this ribbon. It's a white, sort of a velvet kind of a ribbon. And I'm putting it across sort of a necklace collar look. And you could do a pom-pom tail or you could skip that part. I kind of like the look of the little pom-pom. So I added one of those and then I decided where I wanted to put the bow. I had a hard time deciding if I wanted a bow in the middle of the necklace part or if I wanted a flower there. But you could do whatever you wanted. You could add greenery, you could add buttons. You could even make like a heart shape out of cardboard and cover that with a different color fabric. So the possibilities are really endless. You could even put like a little pocket on him or some words like a tag that says spring, or if you wanted to put like Happy Easter, every bunny welcome, whatever you wanted. So I glued the tail on and then I glued a bow on. And I thought it would be really cute around the ear to add a flower and some greenery. And this is one of those fabric flowers. I think I'll do a separate video making a bunch of different fabric flowers because they're really nice for projects like this. And this is just some faux eucalyptus kind of a greenery that I had extra from another project. And I glued that down right onto the ear, and then I put the flower I just glued on top of that. And make sure you use a lot of glue because you really want it to hold. And that's the final look of the bunny wall hanging. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching.